We're coming to you from the Radford Studio Center lot in Studio City, right over the hill from Hollywood. This is the place where dreams are made, legends are born. Hello and welcome to The Lot. I'm Suzanne Marques. A big Christmas movie just dropped on Prime Video starring Eddie Murphy, Tracee Ellis Ross, and a bunch of hilarious comedians. Critics say it's the kind of Christmas movie you can watch over and over again. Don't you love those? We start here in LA at the red carpet for the movie's premiere before taking you down Candy Cane Lane. The stars of Candy Cane Lane walked the red carpet at the world premiere of the movie at the Regency Village Theater in Westwood.
I'm very excited. I've never done a Christmas movie before, and you can bring your whole family.
Critics are already comparing this movie to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Only if Clark Griswold sold his soul to a devilish elf to have the best lights on the block.
Yeah, that's what made me want to do it. It was unique. Kelly Younger, who wrote something unique, and I hadn't done anything a Christmas movie, so this is a great, unique thing to do. And it came out good. I think, like, with Christmas movies, you want to be able to watch them over and over again, you know, so every Christmas. So.
Wow. What's your Christmas wish?
I just want to win this thing.
Eddie Murphy's deal with the naughty elf brings the lyrics of 12 Days of Christmas to disastrous life.
Why are y'all just like Prince?
It also reveals what happened to the elf's previous Christmas clients.
You made your wish. You're in it now. I didn't sign on for this.
You literally signed on for this.
You gotta read the fine print, man. The terms of service are brutal.
Director Reggie Hudlin let Murphy, Tracee Ellis Ross, and their co-stars let loose.
You encourage everyone to get in there, have fun, and jam.
Was it like herding cats? How did you guys feel?
Yeah, it's fun to herd cats.
Yeah, why do people talk bad? Why do people talk so badly about it?
Why are there not more cat herders?
Herders, exactly.
In general.
No one talks about that.
I mean, why are there no more recorder players? What are we talking about here?
I mean, look, I think we all were scared that we were going to be fired at any time for our behavior. So we acted fairly responsibly on set, you know.
Yes, and we're trying to impress Eddie Murphy.
And Reggie, and Tracee, and Nick Offerman.
Like, honestly, just trying to make each other laugh. I think we had so much fun improvising. There were times where, like, people had to take us out their ears because we wouldn't stop joking about stuff.
We should split up.
What do you mean we should split up? Have you never watched a horror film? If you split up, somebody dies. Have you ever died?
Oh?
It is not fun.
That's true. I'd never died, but Mom knows. I didn't know you died before. Let's go find these rings.
And The Naughty Nine is now streaming on Disney+. It's a new family film about 9 kids on Santa's naughty list who team up to get what was on their wish list. Winslow Fegley leads this pack of troublemakers, and he may be familiar if you've seen Lyle Crocodile. I talked to him and the film's director, who, like many of us, ties Disney with the holidays.
You're not gonna believe this.
Santa stiffed you.
Santa stiffed me. Wait, you too?
No bow, no arrows, nothing. I always get a gift from him. Why not this year? Unless...
The naughty list.
The Naughty Nine is a holiday heist movie. A group of kids band together after they land on the naughty list and hatch plans to go to the North Pole and steal the presents they think they deserve.
It's gonna be risky. If we get caught, we could end up grounded for life. But if we pull this off, it'll be the best Christmas we never had. Who's with me?
It stars Winslow Fegley, who says performing for the holidays was a family affair growing up.
We always used to do the local theater production of the Christmas Carol. So that was kind of something we did back way back when. And I think I was in it. I think I played Scrooge when he was 6. And I played it when I was 6. So it was a while ago, but we used to do that like every year. And one year my whole family was in it, so that was cool.
It's gonna take the best team I've ever assembled.
In addition to us, we need a gymnast, an adorable innocent, an animal whisperer, a master of disguise, and a pilot.
That's 8. Who's the 9th?
The getaway driver.
Director Alberto Belli says making this movie was a dream come true.
What is that? The actual honest-to-goodness naughty list.
Alberto, I saw your Instagram post too, which I thought was so sweet of you showing yourself with Mickey and about your Disney dreams coming true. What was it like creating this movie?
I'm from Mexico, so I used to come with my parents sometimes to Disneyland during Christmas. So for me, Christmas and Disney always meant the same thing. And, you know, when I read the script, I was like, oh my God, it's everything that I ever hoped for. It had like action and adventure and world building. You know, we're creating like a Santa's village we've never seen before. So it was truly amazing. And I called my parents, you know, because they're also like fans of Disney, and then we all cry, and it was very special for sure. Yeah.
So is that your setup? I have to ask. Do you have Christmas already at home?
I have. My dad is visiting. So like yesterday we put it together. It's like our tradition, you know. I have like this kind of like Santa's village that we usually put. So it's like to actually create something like that in a movie was amazing.
Dear Santa, don't toy with us. Sincerely, the Naughty Nine.
I don't hate Christmas. I just don't know how much more of it I can take. But I really wish
Christmas would disappear.
Can you imagine? Well, Rescuing Christmas is a new Hallmark holiday movie starring Rachel Lee Cook as an anti-Christmas photographer who wishes Christmas would just disappear, and she has to single-handedly bring back the holiday after wishing it away. Now to an exclusive clip from the movie and a co-star joining us.
Babe, I had to come see you.
Hold up. This cannot be happening.
Wow. Okay, maybe I deserve that. I've been lost without you.
It's just a dream.
Last Christmas was miserable. Work is miserable. And I know this is out of the blue, but I bought a plane ticket yesterday, and I said, you know what?
Did you just say you bought a plane ticket yesterday and not like 5 seconds ago?
Babe, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was just over there, and I was wishing, and then you were here.
Wishing? There's no magic here, babe. This is just me realizing how foolish I was when I let you go. And I hope it's not too late. Please. Can we chat?
That was an exclusive clip from Rescuing Christmas, and one of the stars is joining us, Ahmed Mawas. What a gorgeous scene. I am into this couple. Rachel Lee Cook is one of the stars of the Hallmark Channel, and obviously you're the bright young face joining the crew. And Archie, let's talk about his character.
So Archie is, he's a photographer. And he's very into himself, which there's nothing wrong with that, right?
You know, I don't blame you. You're adorable.
I appreciate it. Thank you. But I believe in life, you got to take care of yourself first before you take care of other people.
Yes.
I believe we've all gone through that phase in life, right? So Archie is in that phase right now where he is priority number one, and he knows that, you know, Rachel's character is good for him, so he's going back to give it another shot.
Yes, it's so cute. It's so much fun. What is it like doing a Hallmark Christmas movie? Because for me, it is an essential part of the holidays.
Yeah, I think, look, it's there's something magical about this, because even though we're shooting in March, April, right? It feels like we're in December. The lights, the fake snow, the just the whole environment, and the spirit, right? The spirit of the cast and crew. It's very festive. So I feel like I was on holiday, you know, even like we're in Christmas right now, but I feel like I'm having 2 Christmases this year, which is amazing.
Right? And where did you guys shoot?
Duluth, Minnesota.
Oh, nice.
Which is, Minnesota is very close to my heart, because that's where I moved to the U.S. for college at the age of 17. And Duluth is about an hour and a half away from the cities, from Minneapolis. So while shooting there, it was just a great experience. It was just close to home, close to the heart, and I felt, you know, I felt very welcome, and I just felt at home.
And let's talk about that connection, because you grew up with a love of movies, and there was one specific movie that tied you and inspired you on your journey to being an actor.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so one of the movies, it's a Christmas movie, Jingle All the Way.
One of the best.
Right, with Arnold and Sinbad. And I've watched this movie countless times. I don't remember how many times I've seen it. However, I did not know that I would end up in Minneapolis where that movie was shot.
Incredible.
Yeah, and it's, Minneapolis, I brag about Minneapolis all the time. It's a beautiful city. We get all the seasons. People complain about the cold, but we have skyways, get your hot cocoa, your fireplace, and just enjoy it. It's only a couple months.
Okay, so instead of moving to the forest where you're a Christmas tree farmer, just go to Minneapolis instead.
Yeah, Minneapolis works.
So I'm so happy to interview you because your star is on the rise, and there's a streaming movie right now we can watch after you see this movie, of course.
Yeah, so that's The Misfits.
Yeah.
Starring Pierce Brosnan and Nick Cannon. And wow, what an experience that was. Because we actually filmed that in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and LA. And that was my first feature film being cast in, so one hell of an experience.
And let's talk about your heritage too, because you're representing an entire community that is underrepresented in movies and film.
Yeah, well, thank you for bringing that up. So, I'm Lebanese Ghanaian. My dad's Lebanese, my mom's Ghanaian. And right now, like you mentioned, in terms of the diversity, I think there is an improvement because I've been here since 2014 in LA. It's been a couple of years now, and I do see the improvement. I do see that the diversity of roles that people that look like me are getting. There is diversity there, and I'm very grateful for it. And I think we're all going to have a very bright future for all of us minorities in this industry.
And speaking of bright, you have a very perfect holiday classic. So thank you so much for joining us. Love the movie. And Rescuing Christmas is available to stream on Hallmark Movies now, starting December 7th. And when we come back, we sit with movie critic Gray Drake. She just caught up with the star of Rustin, Coleman Domingo. You don't want to miss this. Welcome back to The Lot. Movie critic Gray Drake is here with a movie already generating Oscar buzz. Gray, thank you for joining us.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here to share with you about Rustin. So this is over on Netflix, and it's about the great civil rights leader Bayard Rustin, who no one knows anything about. He organized the Great March on Washington in 1963, and I think that there are a lot of parallels between he and the actor that actually plays him, Coleman Domingo.
On August 28th, black, white, young, old, rich, working class, poor will descend on Washington, D.C. And there's nothing he can do to stop it.
I feel ashamed that I didn't know his name.
You know what? I think there's no shame to it because I think that's just what history does. History shines a light on some and puts others in the shadows for whatever narrative that is necessary. It's always interesting to me that there's always just all the light on Dr. King. But what about all these other people who were part of the movement? There could be no Dr. King if there wasn't all these other people, these men, these women, black and white, that are unnamed. These are ordinary people who did extraordinary things. And now Bayard Rustin gets his chance to shine in the light, and you get to know more about him now. On the day that I was born black, I was also born a homosexual.
One of the quotes that really stuck with me from this movie about Bayard Rustin is that when he's unable to sort of act and do what he's best at, he's like a shark swimming in a shot glass.
Yeah.
I almost felt like that might describe you at some point in your career. Do you feel like a kinship with that statement?
Wow, Gray. You hit hard today, didn't you? You came with the 1-2.
Yeah. Listen, we don't even warm up in here. We just pew pew.
I would say yes at times. At times I felt that way as well. I think I had an agent 1,000 years ago tell me, she said, you're going to have an interesting journey in this industry because you're a character actor in a leading man's body, and it's going to take the industry a long time to catch up with exactly how to see you, but it's important that you see yourself first. And that's what I've always done. So I've always seen myself a certain way, and there are times that you're sort of like, what's offered you is something that's probably something that just touches on some of your talent or your gifts in some way, or helps move the story along. And I've always been, I'm never afraid of an ensemble. I'm never afraid of supporting anyone. I don't have an ego in that way. But the idea of operating and being the central character and moving through space and operating and leading and guiding a set is another set of skills that I think that my years in preparation by being that shark trapped in a shot glass has prepared me for. and now the shark is in open waters now.
I need a sound system which will allow someone speaking here to be heard all the way back there. Because sound is how you turn a crowd into an audience.
I didn't find out about Bayard Rustin until I was in my junior year of college, when he was sort of a footnote in the conversation. And I was like, well, wait a minute, wait, who's that? And then I had to interrogate more. That's what we have to do with history. And I think it's our responsibility, because if we leave it to the gatekeepers of history, history wants to, be held by certain people to control. But we all have to interrogate history, and don't let anyone tell you that we can't. It's our own power.
Do this, Dr. King. Own your power.
So incredible. You think of Dr. King giving that iconic I Have a Dream speech at the March on Washington, which led to the iconic Civil Rights Act of 1964. Bayard Rustin changed history.
Right, exactly. And I just can't believe that I didn't know anything about him. And this movie is so exceptional. It's such a great way to learn about this person that I call it edutainment.
Yes, because he's fun, he's lovable. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Where he was struggling on multiple fronts, from racism to bigotry, but also seeing Coleman Domingo, somebody we didn't know before.
Right. I mean, I've been watching Coleman Domingo for what feels like forever, and now people are just only learning his name, and I can't think of a better vehicle for him to become well known for. The other good news for us, though, is that he's also starring in The Color Purple this season. I've seen it, and he is equally as incredible. He's just a revelation as a person, and it was so great to talk to him.
It's like an overnight star that took decades to happen.
Classic Hollywood.
Yes, thank you, Grace, so much. Now, a new Netflix comedy film just made history as their biggest animated hit. We talked to Adam Sandler and a special guest from Issa Rae's hit comedy when we come back. Welcome back to The Lot. Adam Sandler's new animated musical comedy just became the biggest debut for an animated movie on Netflix. Adam voices the class pet who helps kids navigate their last year of elementary school in Leo.
All right, another year, another batch of 5th grade head cases. Let's just get through it.
I hope everyone's met our class pets, Leonardo and Squirtle.
Adam Sandler voices an elderly lizard in Leo.
Do I look old? Thank you. I had this idea years ago about just doing almost like a movie like Grease for elementary school and showing what the last year is like and the fears of like, oh my gosh, we're not going to see each other as much as we used to and we have to move on to the real world. And then Robert said maybe it's better to do that idea but through the eyes of a class pet. And the pet starts talking to the kids. Ow! Mother of Godzilla!
What was that? You just spoke! Mom!
No!
He accidentally ends up talking to a girl and starts giving her advice inadvertently, and then eventually becomes addicted to giving kids advice with all the wisdom he's accrued over 75 years.
What is so special about this reptile?
It's so exciting to get to work with this group. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Adam Sandler, and he is just one of the nicest people in this business.
A lot of our kids were going through elementary school when we first started the project. The topics were all, and what parents go through, what kids go through, it was all fun to talk about.
This is a tough time, but these are the best years, believe me.
If you're gonna apologize, we might as well do it now.
For what? Man, y'all ain't gotta do y'all don't wanna do just cause he said so.
Let's just go do it now before I get my dignity back.
I love that. Before I get my dignity back. Now to a show for the adults. It follows two high school friends who grew up in Miami and get back together to form a rap group. We're now in the second season of Issa Rae's critically acclaimed comedy on Max, Rap Sheet. And joining us today is Jonica Booth. And she plays the Duke of Miami, just running everything.
Yes.
Are you having the best time?
Absolutely, I'm running stuff.
It's the best, and you're a powerful character. Tell us about your character for folks who haven't seen it, and also what it's like to embody somebody who's so similar to you, not in activity, but as far as being representative of the LGBTQIA community.
Chastity is interesting. You got to check her out. But she comes from a different background. She works. She have girls that work for her, and now she wants to change her life for the better and become a manager. But she's constantly being kicked down this season. You got to watch it. No one respects Chastity, so I think she's spending the season trying to gain some respect.
And what's it like to work with such incredible women? A women-led show is so important, and especially just having people can see themselves in these characters.
Absolutely. Issa, she leads by example, and to work with women, it just feels good to know that we're not here because you need a certain amount of women on there. We're here because women are respected, and we're actually doing something great. And the show itself, it speaks for itself. And I just like that Issa handpicks and make sure there's women in the background, working the camera. So, it feels good to be a part.
Yeah, she's a trailblazer
Absolutely.
in Hollywood. And she is very about, who am I rooting for tonight? Everybody black.
Everybody black. Look.
She's iconic. So what do you see as your role in entertainment, especially as someone who your star is just shining bright? Your career is growing. It's a really special place to be.
Absolutely. Well, what do I see? I don't know. I'm just allowing myself to be and accepting what comes to me, and just looking, like I keep saying, I have a great mentor. Issa, watching how she maneuvered, watching the things that she do, it's like, okay, if I want to do anything, I want to go down her path,
Yeah, it's that authenticity.
Yes, just want to be myself. You don't want to get lost in the sauce and lose who you are. So I want to see myself in movies, a stand-up comedy special. I'm gonna talk to my publicist about that.
I love that. And you got your start in reality TV. When you first embarked in television, did you have this goal? I always want to know how people got here.
No, I did not. I graduated college with my BA, and then I was like, okay, now I can do something fun. I got in the system, ended up doing reality TV, and what I do love is that I went from reality to reality, my real reality. A lot of people don't go from the show that I was on to being an actress on a major network, so that's what I'm like. I love that I'm showing that it can be done, so I'm enjoying it.
Well, no hate to the Bad Girls Club, because one of my favorite shows is The Villains, which have some of the best people from that, because you guys are actors at the end of the day.
It is our guilty pleasure.
Yes.
But Bad Girls Club, we wasn't acting. We were being ourselves.
I know, but it's because you guys have that it factor.
You're not there.
I have been to so many casting calls where it's like, next. It's all about having that. And where did that come from? Your family, yourself?
My parents instilled this level of confidence. They told me I can do everything except sing. They was very honest and told me I couldn't sing. They did not even steer me with that. But
yeah, once they heard, they can't lie, right? There's no amount of training.
I was like, I can do anything. They said except sing. But as far as my confidence, they put it in me. When I went on Bad Girls Club, I didn't watch it. I think I'm glad I didn't watch it, because had I watched it, I probably wouldn't have went. And they didn't pick me because I was a bad girl. I think they picked me because of my sexuality, to be honest with you.
You added flavor to the show that we hadn't had previous seasons. So that's what's wonderful, is that you landed with somebody who is a mentor and a protector in Issa Rae.
Absolutely. She can't say enough about her.
Well, I'm so glad to meet you. I can't wait to see more. I mean, just go to her social media. You're already living your best life.
Living my best life. And you've been checking me out. I'm watching. I'm going to follow you. Look.
Yes, she is one to watch. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jonica, for joining us. You too.
Thank you.
Yes, can't wait to have you back. Okay, so new episodes of the hit show are streaming now on Max. And that's a wrap for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'm Suzanne Marques. See you again next week on The Lot.